Previously on Sudrian Conflict, many new diesels arrived on Sodor, including the one known as 10. Later, Simon decided to bomb Alfred Herman's training ground, much to the discontent of Lars. And so it was done. Later, when Herman came looking for the person who set the bomb, Simon blamed Matthew. That evening, another new diesel arrived at the docks. And now, the next installment. It was 7 in the morning, and an engine had not yet arrived at Knapford Station. The station masters and passengers alike were both equally confused.
This is an outrage. This never would have happened if Sir Topham Hatt were still alive.
And the passengers went off to complain to Alfred Herman.
Sir, you've been neglecting your railway. What's your explanation?
What are you talking about?
There was no morning train, and Gordon usually comes through every morning at 7 and picks us up. He wasn't there this morning.
Gee, I must have forgotten to schedule it. Sorry, I've been kind of preoccupied lately.
You know there are a lot of men on the island who won't be getting to work this morning because of you?
Why, yes. Yes, there are. That gives me an idea. All men on the island will come and work for me. We will all meet here every morning.
Oh, but no, you can't. You...
Hello there, everyone. What do you want? Well, I just wanted to, calm any hard feelings that may have been raised recently, and we're having a football game in 2 hours. If any of you would like to join, you're welcome. Just to sort of, disperse any animosity that might have built up between us. You're all invited, and I hope to see you all there. Ta-ta. Well, that was an obvious trap if I ever heard one. Well, I don't know. He seems genuine.
Yeah, we might as well give him a shot.
He can at least show up. And so the majority of the blockade committee went off to the game. Well, I'm glad at least a few of you had the sense to stay behind.
Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about that Alfred Herman guy.
When the blockade committee arrived at the viaduct, they found a football on the ground, but there was no one else around. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the game. The other workers will be here shortly to play against you, and then we'll kind of go from there. It had occurred to Phil Ardman that being employed by the blockade committee was extremely dangerous and perhaps not worth it. In order for him to survive on Sodor, he realized he may have to employ a morally bankrupt decision in the interest of self-preservation.
Wait, hello there.
Oh, terribly sorry, the last train for the evening has already departed.
Oh, no. Well, you see, I used to be Sir Topham Hatt's assistant, and I was wondering if perhaps you needed an assistant?
Oh, that's okay.
Well, couldn't we maybe discuss something?
I'm terribly sorry, I really must be going. If you'd like, you can follow me if you want. Look, I'm very sorry, but I really don't need an assistant. It's just not something that I really require.
All right, but I have a few questions for you.
All right, ask away.
Well, the workmen, you're training them for something. What are you planning?
Oh, I'm not planning anything. I'm just trying to organize Sodor a little more, I'm just trying to have a sort of elite force of workmen, Sort of a dominant class on Sodor, keep the riffraff out. Sort of a pure force for good.
But they're workmen. Their job is to shovel coal and keep the railway running. Why do they have to exercise?
Have you ever heard of eugenics? It's the idea of selectively breeding people in order to produce superior offspring.
You know, it's kind of a survival of the fittest sort of thing, kind of like a Darwinism. Wasn't that in the news recently? Isn't that what Hitler did? You know, try to create some sort of master race?
Well, I don't know about that.
Right then, yeah, I intend no offense, but has anyone ever told you you sort of resemble Hitler a bit?
Why, no, no one's ever said something like that to me.
You're not... No.
What?
Oh, I was just thinking for a second, it's silly, it's impossible,
Oh, you thought Oh.
Yeah, I know, it's silly.
What's silly? The idea that perhaps Hitler somehow escaped the bunker, perhaps even found a small boat, set himself adrift, drifted aimlessly in the ocean for a month, washed up on Sodor, made up a fake name for himself, gained political power, now has command over a small army. Does that sound crazy to you, Phil? Any of that sound crazy?
No, you can't.
Well, it's been nice talking to you, but, well, I can't have anyone spoiling my plans again, so, goodbye. The bullet tore through Phil's shoulder, hitting an artery. Alfred Herman walked off into the darkness. If left untreated, Phil would be dead in minutes. Immediately, Phil's vision became blurry and his mouth became numb. All he could see was darkness and phosphenes. He could not cry out for help. He had no voice. All he could do was lie there and hope that death would come upon him quickly that night. The last thing he saw before he completely lost consciousness was a shadowy figure standing in the distance.